The S&P 500 seeing a rocky day as we see almost rocky versus someone in Donald Trump versus Elon Musk. And I'm going to keep my eye on that stuff. But for now, we're looking at that technical analysis. We're looking at the price action. As of today, you did confirm some things to the downside, but price action is still holding. So you still have the battle between price action versus actual technical analysis that is suggesting that the momentum here is weak. So I think that we are going to head into a decision kind of day or weekend that tells us, are we actually going to see some kind of squeeze now, or are we going to experience a big daily drop down to something like 560 for the SPY? So let's get into some of those signals, right? Let's just jump right into it because I don't have the most time. The first thing you're looking at here is the 2-hour chart, and we suggested that if the 2-hour chart does cross down, you want to treat it with caution. This means as of right now, longs on the SPY should be with caution until we see momentum on the 30-minute able to violate this signal, or let the 2-hour do what the 2-hour wants to do to head to that upside, which would be pull down to the center line and curl up into positive territory. That's really the ways that we squeeze higher. That's the truth of it. But as of right now, you've confirmed this technical signal that has dramatic multiple point divergence. So it does have that point of divergence down here. We see that point of divergence on the RSI as well. So this can lead to further downside. How can we break down even further? Well, for the 2-hour chart, we would want to lose our daily expected move of 586.02 to the downside. We would want to lose this wick, which was the plan the entire time, correct? Lose this wick, go up for some kind of little 30-minute retest, and then we might be tumbling and tumbling down as it stands. If we're able to figure our stuff out here and make a new high, there's always a chance we keep on going. Now, for the 30-minute chart, we just wanted to pay attention to the fact that today, you actually got those pretty solid points we were talking about. You don't necessarily want to see this and then back down, right? You really want that to hold up better or smash through. We never got that smash through, and it actually set up the rejection divergence for the day. You can now see it pretty plainly there on the RSI. Very, very nice for the time being. And two grown men fighting each other is really causing some interesting things in this market right now. So sorry if you're part of Tesla right now. That is unfortunate. So for the 30-minute chart, this means the 30-minute needs to go right away and make a new high. The 30-minute needs to blast off, and that is the truth here. You want the 30-minute to take off. It can continue to take its time throughout the day, but eventually by Monday, you need to see this get some positive price action, in my opinion, because if you're not getting positive price action at all, well, then you can keep bouncing around in these areas, right? You can bounce around in here all you want and just get theta burned, or you have the chance to see some kind of drop. So just be aware of those type of things. Let's talk about something different for the SPY right now. If I'm thinking like right now, seems pretty confusing. Are we going to continue the move? Are we going to pull back? Well, at the end of it all, if you benefited from this big move in general, you are looking for almost like the last push that they convince FOMOers to get in if you get that push. From this type of area, you are still very likely to use this block in the future if you leave it behind, and you're going to end up seeing us come back down to this kind of price to actually scoop back up into positive territory, getting that head and shoulders type look. If we need to reach down, say, deeper, well, then we can see that upside move again and then curl down into this area still towards that 550 to 560 range. So what I'm trying to get at here in this part is still the daily pullback play will be the better play at the end of all of it. Right now, we're just talking about this move or this move happening. And if you just didn't play either one and you just were patient about it, the market is very likely to actually give you these prices again later on the daily scale when we do get a daily pullback. Whether that pullback is here, right, or a little higher up, right, you're still just looking for this shape. You're just moving it around like, okay, if it's there, cool, we're going to do this, left, head, right shoulder, all right. If it's higher up, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to come down to this type of area. We're going to see the swing trade produce, right? So keeping it very simple is a good thing. I have marked off Wednesday, June 18th, as that is Vixpiration, which you have a no trading session on that Thursday. And then Friday, you'll have OPEX. So I just wanted to mark that off for a little bit of a risk window in there. The Qs, you're in a similar scenario of like, hey, what can we do? Well, left, head, right? Scale up a little bit, show that new high, show the way forward, show the way higher, and then pull back down into these areas. maybe even deeper, right? We can always go deeper, but really we're just looking for the next time that MACD curls up into positive territory. That's truly the next like best opportunity, to be totally honest with you. We can see for tomorrow, the daily expected moves are 532.80 to the upside, and we have 516.78 to the downside. You will notice that the divergences here, multiple point down here on your MACD. If you wanted this to just show up and you're like wondering if this is kind of like real, you'd pull out to a 4-hour chart and just see, yeah, we curled up, we curled right back down, and it is a good confirmation. So your technical analysis here is saying there is going to be a big drop. Okay, so that's why at the beginning of this video, I was overall suggesting like, hey, you need to squeeze here or you're gonna get a big drop, which is a similar standpoint to what we had down in this area. And I told you that I think we're gonna behave a little bit like this and produce a big move like this to the upside and then set up those reversal signals. We just haven't seen that big leg yet, right? I think we're gonna get something like this eventually. But the key word now is eventually, and we're seeing things start to deteriorate on the technical side. So we want to watch this very, very critically. Now, how does this fail? How do I treat this overall for now? Well, the 2-hour divergence is there. So this means what? As this crosses down, I could potentially even put on a short position for, say, like a month and see if we're going to get like some kind of move like this initially down, some kind of move below here, and then look for the retest. And if that retest goes well, I can hold on to it. And then I can be a part of a daily pullback, maybe down to a monthly expected move. But we've already reached up and we're still holding price action and we're right at that 5-day moving average. So I'm going to pay attention how I would manage this trade. I am not short on the Qs. I think this is the Qs actually. I think I said SPY. But I am not short on the Qs. I'm not short on the SPY right now. I am not any of those things. I am just looking at this to see the direction, and really where I take my next big stab at a play will be with the daily pullback. I am still holding on to my positions though as of right now. The 30-minute is just not in the Q or the SPY. So the 30-minute here was very, very nice to you. You see the actual divergence on the Qs outside of a weekly expected move at the same time. What a play this can be. Now, this isn't the most significant, and we have a lot of buyers right in here. So how is that 2-hour crossing down going to fail? Well, the 30-minute has to turn up pretty quick here. You can continue down through this. You just don't want to make a new low, and you want that 30-minute to curl up while it's closer to that center line. That's usually a better thing. So truly, in order to violate the 2-hour divergences that are suggesting we're going to get a big daily pullback, you need the 30-minute price action to hold up better here. You need the 30-minute to curl up as well with the technicals into positive territory. Then we can make the same thing just a little higher up, right? We can do this, and then we can go boom, boom, boom. And then we're up at these levels going, okay, now we need to really pay attention. So tomorrow will be a big decision day. I think you have potential for the weekend to be your decision, but I believe in the next 2 to 3, I would say Friday, Monday, Tuesday, we're going to start to see some direction in this market. But I would look for those windows where you get a pop, it pulls back a little bit. You get a pop, it pulls back a little bit. I think that would be good. Let's go take a peek over at Tesla. I mean, Tesla gravitating where, first of all? Look at the daily. It's like a daily retest right now. I mean, is this overall bearish? You would say the speed of it is pretty bearish. But did this break down in a way that you could at least like see, hey, it's pretty risky here? Well, down at these levels, we said be aware of divergence, but did that divergence ever confirm? No, you have nothing on the 5-minute here convincing you that this is good. Nothing in here was good. This is breaking the downside, just like we described early on in the week. Break this, show that pathway, and then we updated it with break this, and then you want to see that thing rip. You never got a rip. You just got this dud that just continued to break down and then use that 9 on the way down the entire way. So what are you likely to see here? You're likely to see some kind of retest actually at this point. You're likely to see, you notice there's big drops from Tesla before, right? That really like ships you down where you're at these really low levels on your RSI. If you point out like the first big drop this thing had, because that's even faster, you still normally do get some kind of rip to the upside in some way. And that can be like 20 points or so. So you are outside of the weekly expected move. You're outside, I believe, even of the monthly expected move right now. So it's very likely that in this area, you will see some kind of bounce. But on that same vein, you look at your 30-minute MACD and you say, man, this thing has to make a higher low or a divergence to start to come back. That's what you say in this kind of area. You want to start to see those Harry Potters. You want to see those lightning bolts, okay? So Tesla looking rough. which makes me think, is Nvidia about to look rough? Okay, I did mention this over on Patreon. This is not telling me, like, I'm not telling anyone to like do anything, right? But I'm also saying, like, hey, if you're taking a play up or down, have a plan for if it goes wrong. Because you easily could be right here. You're holding every single divergence point for Nvidia on the 2-hour chart, which suggests that you are going to get a daily pullback like Tesla's right now. Nvidia is really saying, like, we're about to do what Tesla did. This is exactly what Tesla just did right here, just in the short time frames, right? Like a 30-minute. You saw it. So this is what Nvidia is suggesting right now, but we have some big things like AVGO earnings. We have non-farm payrolls and unemployment in the morning. We have data to potentially give us some good news. At the same time, your price action is still good. So your technicals here are saying daily pullback is coming, but your price action hasn't broken down to the extent that it's going to be like that. And you have a lot of things that could go pretty bullish soon, but it seems like the whole fight between two gentlemen is really ruining it. You have a 30-minute divergence. You have a 2-hour divergence at the same time. So I would not beat anyone up for taking a play here. You have plenty of reasons to short Nvidia. I'm just encouraging my Patreon members, hey, with any plays that you take over like the next 3 days, make sure you're really having a plan for if you're short, if that starts to go wrong. Even if that plan is something as simple as, hey, if the 30-minute crosses up, I'm just going to sell it, right? I'm going to get out of this for a sec. And then if it makes a lower high, I can get right back in. I just want to be cautious until I see the big move down, right? That's overall what's being stated here. You have the discrepancy as price action goes right back into the buyers at the 5-day. Your technicals here are saying there is extreme weakness in momentum, but the price action is still holding up. So this is where you're really paying attention to the management of your trade. I wish you tons of luck either way, right? I want you guys to win. There's a few other things, right? DJT obviously vomiting with this kind of news. The funny thing for DJT is it's like about to set up a 2-hour divergence, which I think is really, really funny. On the daily scale, you're dipping down into the zone. This isn't necessarily bearish. What you're doing right now can be the starting point of like bearish, okay? So until you really lose this low on the daily, you're not too worried. As of right now, I'd be watching this 2-hour like a hawk. I'd be watching my 30-minute like a hawk and saying, okay, this is very likely to need to do what to turn around, right? I don't want to take something that's tumbling. And who's to say this isn't going to be an equal move and we're not going to see all of this distributed to the downside like one more time. We're going to end up, oh, we're outside of the zone. We're going to reject again, right? So I really want to wait for confirmations here. And if I get lucky and I don't have to wait for a 2-hour confirmation, maybe I can see a 30-minute divergence form over here, or maybe I can see a 30-minute higher low form right here. And that would be just fantastic for DJT. But you have two grown men fighting. So one thing I know is probably staying away from a stock that's moving based on people getting angry about everything via Twitter. I don't know if I would really try to trade that because you're like one tweet away from things going up or down at all times. Momentum might be able to help you out and actually making a decision and managing your trade, though. So I wanted to point that out. As of right now, it looks like everyone is going to be waiting on AVGO. It looks like this has come out. The numbers are pretty decent here. AVGO in serious need of a daily pullback. That is for sure. But we have seen crazy things before where during earnings, you wick down, you go up for 3 more days, then you actually fall down to actually get the retest that you do need. So just be aware of these things. There's a lot going on with the market. It seems like for tomorrow, if you want to just like the overall summarization, a little breakdown at the end of the video, the main takeaway, if you will, if the 30-minute can curl up, the bulls still have a chance. And that is where if you're short, you want to be cautious in case of a squeeze. But if the 2-hour can continue to go negative and break this low, then you're looking for that roll again where we head down, possibly into options expiration. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Really do appreciate it. I just wanted to get a decent amount of info out there to you. And I actually forgot to go over volatility. I wanted to go over that. So stick with me and then we'll get out of here. Volatility, we saw this very strange signal, and then we saw the 30-minute divergence afterwards, right? This actually formed on the MACD and RSI. The thing about this is this was on the SPY at the same time with a rejection divergence. It wasn't as good, but for volatility here, the 30-minute is trying to get going. It's trying to get above the 5, but the 2-hour is not in a place where this seems to be like, oh, this is the moment where we absolutely see volatility skyrocket. It doesn't mean that it cannot do that, but it is overall suggesting like, hey, this doesn't have to be some kind of massive volatile move right now. It would rather see a little bit of volatility now, reject down, and then you actually see that volatility come back. Now, why would I be pointing this out? One, because I know that volatility can pop off with this, but this is a little bit more likely. So I hope that this happens. Why do I hope that this happens? I hope that this happens because your MACD would show you a divergence right here for the 2 hour. Your RSI might show you that too. And then at the same time as all of this, on the daily scale, let's get rid of some of those drawings real quick, actually. There we go. On the daily scale, with that in your mind, right? Keep it in your brain. The daily scale could make a divergence here as well. And I think that would be super interesting. One last few days of pushing leads into that 2 hour divergence, or maybe, pull back first. Then we come down into this type of area. We create that nice divergence and 2 hour divergence at the same time. This is more what it would look like if we're going to go scale up into oblivion. Really, the only bad look you have right now for volatility is the double bottom, but your 2 hour is suggesting at least wait for like a higher low before you really take that bet. The 2 hour is suggesting like wait till we break through, come down, and then curl up again. Or it's suggesting wait for a divergence before you suggest that we're going to absolutely tear down. So we will see what happens because we have a window of weakness with the morning for sure with data. We have this fight going on between two esteemed, astounding gentlemen. So we have to be on our toes with this as traders. And this is the most important time to trade like water. So once again, what you are looking for at this time is the 2 hour is showing you the weakness. The 4 hour is showing you the weakness. Hell, even the 30-minute is showing you the weakness. But still watch out in case the market does something irrational. If the 2 hour, if you're already in it and you're saying we're going down, that's perfectly fine. I like to trust my signals too. I think it can easily happen. But if the 30-minute curls up, that could be a reason to manage a trade. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really do appreciate it. Patreon members, we will have all of the daily expected moves up in just a couple of hours, so make sure you are aware of that and you have those notifications on so we can get those for you. Maybe something with Tesla that we calculate can help you out tomorrow as far as making a decision. Thank you guys. Have a great night, and I will see you live in the morning. Peace.